Hello YouTube, Den84 here. Have been away for a while, but I'm back. Stuff's going on, some family related issues. But I just sat down and saw the first two episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh Zexal. I'm going to put a link in the description to a site where I saw them at. There's only 3 episodes out now. 2 of them have been subbed, 1 of them's raw. I didn't watch the raw one yet just because some people like to watch it raw and they get the gist of it and stuff like that. But actually, I want to know what's going on and what's being said, so I watched the sub version. But yeah. My thoughts on this? I was skeptical at first, and I'm still skeptical. It's very nice looking. Like, to tell you the truth, I mean, I haven't done too much background. I'm just a guy watching this anime show about Yu-Gi-Oh, and it says it's nice. It's very nice looking. The animation's really cool. The main characters in the show are Yuma, which is the main actor of the show. He's basically the Yugi, and he's got a spirit with him called Astral. Astral is basically, like, the thing about Yuma is he has this thing saying, like, pop flying, and it's kind of annoying because, I mean, kind of like in Naruto, it's like his believe it. Like, in the first episode, that's all he was saying. He kept saying pop flying, and I guess it's kind of like a go for it kind of thing, but it just, every time he said it, I was like, wow, he's basically just saying believe it. He's a kid who likes doing things that says, like, you can't do this, or I challenge you to this, and he likes accepting challenges and stuff like that for some unknown reason. But of course, just like almost every Yu-Gi-Oh character, his parents are gone. His parents are like archaeologists, just like Yugi's were. But he has 2 friends, Katori and Tetsu, and they're just, so far, I thought Tetsu was going to be the rival at first, but it's not. He's just a friend. And Katori seems to be, she seems to like him. They're probably just friends, but she's like the Taya, obviously. But they just seem to be like cheerleaders on the sideline. But Astral is a spirit who lost his memory, and his whole gimmick is he's a great duelist. He knows what he's doing, as compared to Yuma, who doesn't know apparently jack squat about dueling. And that was actually really annoying because, like, in the first episode, Tetsu fought Shark, who is the rival of the show. I don't know if he's going to be the main rival forever or what, but, like, he's the rival in the first episode. Well, first 2. But he dueled Tetsu, and he beat Tetsu, and it was kind of like Battle City rules, like, except he had to give up his whole deck to him. And then Yuma's like, oh, well, I'll challenge you for his deck back, and blah, 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 blah. And Tetsu's like, you can't even beat me, so what makes you think you can beat Shark? So he's still like, I can still do it. And then they duel the next day, and the entire match, up to a certain point, the entire beginning of the match, he's basically just summoning all these horrible monsters in attack mode, and he doesn't even know what, like, a magic trap card is. And I'm like, yeah, that's awesome. And he just keeps saying, like, how he didn't say it at first, but he said, like, he's going to be the dual champion. And that just actually annoys me. It's like, I'm going to be dual champion. I don't know how to duel, but damn it, I'm going to win. That's so annoying to me. Like, if he actually knew how to duel, I'd be like, okay, he knows how to duel. Like, maybe his cards aren't that great, but he knows how to duel. I don't know. But he basically knows jack squat. He knows some basic. He knows there's monster cards. Like, the entire duel, like, Shark's just basically saying, like, I activate a trap card, and Yuma, I don't know why I keep wanting to say Zuma. Yuma keeps saying, oh, so that's a trap card. Oh, wow. I was like, wow, really? And you want to be the world champion, huh? So Astral basically knows what he's talking about, and he keeps telling Yuma to do stuff, and Yuma's kind of like, well, I'm doing things my way, and I'm kind of like, just fucking listen to him. He knows what he's talking about, apparently. It actually reminded me a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh and GX combined. Yu-Gi-Oh factor just because, the spirits, obviously. He actually wears a gold key kind of thing around his neck, like, very much like the Millennium item. I don't know if it has any powers yet. Like, it unlocked a door that released Astral, so I guess it has some kind of mythical powers. But yeah, Astral doesn't take over his body. He just stands next to him and duels with him and tells him what to do. And it just, Yuma decides if he wants to do it or not. dueling styles. The gimmick of this show is the Exceed summons. Like, that's kind of like in Yu-Gi-Oh, it was just like dueling. Like, they showed you everything but dueling. In GX, it was about fusion. Like, that show really was about fusion. Like, a lot of the main monsters were fusion summoned. And 5Ds was obviously synchro summon. So this one is the Exceed summon, which you need 2 monsters at the same level, or like whatever the card specifies, like you need. So like you have 2 level 3s, you overlay them on top of each other, and then you can have the Exceed monster. The 2 overlays on the bottom will still be there, and depending on the monster, you can do different things. As you can see from the picture. It's kind of a crap picture, but there you go. So that's how the duel kind of goes. The Exceed summons go. And you ever know, I mean, I know people probably notice this, but Yugi, Jaden, and Yusei, and now Yuma all have a monster. I guess it's like their trump card or their key card that has 2,500 attack points. Dark Magician 2,500 attack, and it's normally like 2,000 defense too. Like Dark Magician is 21, but think about it. Neos 2,000. Stardust Dragon 2,000. This guy, this whole night, it's an Exceed summon 2,000. I guess it's kind of like the gimmick of the main characters on the show. But yeah, so that's the Exceed summon. I'm actually looking forward to actually Exceed summoning when they come out. The show may seem pretty interesting, and it actually looks like it could be really cool. It looks like it can contribute to the game, so I'm really looking forward to it when it eventually comes out. I might even proxy, like when I find out the card's effects, I might even proxy just to see what, how they would actually work in the deck. When I first saw that from the pictures, it really bothered me, the scouters they're wearing around their eye. And, like, I'm sure you've seen it in the pictures. The scouters are actually not scouters. And I guess they moved on from the 3D, the virtual reality of Yu-Gi-Oh GX and the 5Ds, and they moved on to something totally different where you put on these scouters, and you kind of go into a virtual world-ish. Like, everything around you becomes virtual. And so it's actually kind of cool. You can actually duel, and, you can see what's going on in your world, and you can't, like, everyone else can't see. If they don't have a scatter on, they can't see what's going on, so, like, they don't know what the hell you're doing. That you're kind of acting all stupid when you're, like, flying back from nothing. But, because holograms can affect you. I never understood that. Holograms affecting you. But, yeah, so that's what the whole scouter thing is. It's a non-scouter, but come on, it's a freaking scouter. They call it like a D-gazer, so I guess it's a dual gazer. I can't even imagine what America's going to call it. But the dual discs are basically the exact same thing. The cards go on, they have a dual holder and stuff like that. But the way they see the cards is through the dual gazers. It's not bad. It's kind of fun in a way because, the world actually gets, like, the area around them gets destroyed, and now it kind of makes sense because the hologram never really made much sense in the other ones. But in this one, it actually does because it's in the eyepiece. You actually see them destroying everything through the eyepiece. So the cards themselves aren't doing it. It's the effect of the D-gazer doing it. In everything else, like the holograms from the dual disc or from the pads and everything like that in Yu-Gi-Oh, like when the world, like the area around them got destroyed, it's kind of like, how the hell that happened? I mean, I know it was a hologram, but like the hologram like assimilated every area of this. Like everything around the area becomes virtual in Zeo, so it makes sense to me. If it makes sense at all. Will I continue watching? Yeah, it perked my interest. I'm not really a big fan of Yuma. I'm really not. I find him very annoying, and that's a problem because he's the main character. But I guess they're kind of going for a kid-friendly show. People might say Yu-Gi-Oh is a kid-friendly show all the time. No, Yu-Gi-Oh was actually a pretty bad show. Like, not bad, but it wasn't a kiddie show. It was an R age group kind of show. I mean, think about it. There was corruption. There was a lot of violence in it. There was killing, destruction, mayhem. I said, like, a lot of death. I mean, especially in the final season. Um, GX, I thought was the kid-friendly show. I mean, come on, they're at school and stuff like that. But I mean, yeah, that's kind of the same thing here. Like, he's in school, but it's not a dual school. He's in school, like regular school. But yeah, so that's why I said the whole aspect of it's GX and Yu-Gi-Oh combined, because it's a kid who duels, who doesn't really know much. Like, Yugi didn't really know in the first season of Yu-Gi-Oh, not Yu-Gi-Oh like, season 0, Yu-Gi-Oh. Yugi didn't really duel. It was always Yu-Gi-Oh, Amu who dueled, the Pharaoh, and because he always took over. I mean, Yugi knew he basically knew the basics and he knew some stuff, but he even admitted that he grew as a duelist while watching him play and everything like that. So I'm guessing that's the same aspect that's going to go here. Yuma's going to grow as a duelist just by, talking to Astral and Astral teaching him and stuff like that. So he'll become a better duelist later on. So I'm sure it's not going to be always like this corny. He's not going to know what a trap card is. He's not going to know how to activate a magic card. So, he should become a much better character, I'm hoping. His appearance, it doesn't really bother me. Some people are going like, what's with the hairstyle? Like, who cares? It's a freaking anime. Like, they're living in a place where these card games like rule the world. Like, everything's decided on a freaking card game. And I'm not going to say a children's card game, because frankly, it's been overused. It was funny the first time I've heard it, and it just kind of got old. I mean, I might get hate mail like, how dare you diss little creep and stuff like that. I like the guy. I think his art, his work's really good. But I mean, just the fact that he made a children's card game like become, this, I don't know the word I'm looking for, like big phenomenon. Like, everyone says children's card games and stuff like that, and like now like the card games in space, which it's not really in space. They're futuristic. Like, everything, it's like 5Ds, except if they weren't in a slummy area. Like, they would be in the high tech world. Everything's nice and pretty. There's no marks though. There's no dual writing as far as I know, and I'm kind of hoping there's not. I thought it was interesting, the dual writing in 5Ds. But I really just wish they just once in a while just got off the fucking bikes and just dueled. I know there was like a handful of episodes where they did, and I thought those episodes were great because, it was like, yeah, dueling again, not this fucking like speed spell all the time. Like, because you can't fucking buy speed spell cards unless somehow they, like, I thought when they came out with turbo packs, I thought, oh my god, they're actually coming out with a speed spell card. Like, that's kind of interesting. Like, maybe there's a whole new ruling on cards. No, they're just championship packs or tournament packs. They just keep changing the name for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know the official laws or legal stuff that goes around in Konami and whatnot. The show looks pretty good. I recommend trying it if you're a Yu-Gi-Oh fan. If you watch Yu-Gi-Oh! GX 5Ds, then you're probably going to be watching this. I don't see too much taking away from people, that follow Yu-Gi-Oh! It's basically got the same basics. It seems like it's going to be an okay winner. If you like Yu-Gi-Oh! You should like this show. I don't see a reason why not. It's going to introduce a whole bunch of cards. Oh, that's it. Some of the cards. Oh my god. All of Yuma's cards so far have like stuttering problems. Like, one of his cards is like Go 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 Golem and Ga 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 Magician and Zubababa Knight. I was like, the guy just like had a stuttering problem. Like, when the guy was writing, he's like Knight and Go 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 Golem, and I'm like, oh my god, why can't he just say like, Rock Golem, or why the guy be such like so like Giga Gaga Gigo, right? The old that water card and stuff like that. It's that was hard to print, like Giga Gaga Gigo, and then Gaga Giga Gaga Gigo. Like, come on, really? Now that you remember Go 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 Golem and Zabubaba Knight. Oh man, I just really hope we change those in America. I really don't want to say I summon Zububaba Knight in attack mode, and I summon Go 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 Golem in defense mode. Oh man, I have a feeling I'm gonna have so much fun in the future. But I'm kind of back. Looking forward to the sneak peek that's coming up this Saturday. Hope I can go. Should be able to. Looking forward to the psychics. And kind of like my destruction of them becoming mainstream, because they will. If not, I don't know how, because they're going to be some really good psychic cards. But I really like the fact that I was like one of the very few psychic duelists, and now people are going to be like, oh yeah, psychics are the best. Kind of like, yeah, but I was running them first. No, you weren't. Yes, I was. But, okay, people, enjoy. Go check out Zexal. It's a pretty good show. Enjoy and goodbye.